welcome you to the Highly Strange Daze podcast. I'm Amy. This is on the Parawomen Network. Since the unsettling incident involving Shanann Watts and her girls in the Watts house, curious minds have begun to ponder if the home holds any lingering spirits. It's a fascinating topic to explore, and what better way to delve into it than through the world of videos and online articles on the Parawomen Radio Network. By watching videos and reading up on various accounts, we can gain insight into the reported paranormal activities in the Watts house. Now, guys, I want you to keep an open mind, approach this investigation with a healthy dose of curiosity and skepticism as we journey through the realm of ghostly tales and supernatural encounters. The exploration ahead promises to be a little bit scary, so buckle up as we embark on this mysterious journey into the unknown. I usually do this podcast with Shannon, and I've been calling her Shanann, but I usually do it with Shannon, and she is still working on her play, so she's not here today. But before we turn this down a little bit, before we embark on this journey, I think you know what I'm about to ask. We're gonna get the party going there. Before we jump into this awesome live session, let's turn up the energy with a fun algorithm dance party. Get ready to groove by hitting that like and those hearts. Let's show some virtual love and pump up the vibe. It's just a free way to help my channel out, and it's really appreciated. If you're feeling a little extra generous, you can now support us by using Super Chat and Super Stickers. It's the money sign, and on the replay, it's the money sign in the heart symbol. If you're feeling like you want to give in a different way, we also do PayPal and Venmo. We're parawomanradio@gmail.com. Any little help you give me is so appreciated. So let's make this live unforgettable. Let me pop over into chat and see what everybody's saying. Let's see. Steve Robbie says, I believe it's haunted from my experiences. TX Libby, good morning. I'm new here. Oh, well, good morning and welcome. Great. You can hear me. Great. Hi, Sherry. Sherry says 17 degrees in Wisconsin. That's cold. It's a very great fall or spring. It's kind of still February, but February is when springtime usually starts in Florida. So it's really nice. I've been kind of puttering outside with my plants and stuff, so it's really nice. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support. Tomorrow night, I am doing another live with Jay from the Inside Out Network. We're going to be talking about Chris Watts' time in the Weld County Jail. I saw some reports that maybe some bad police conduct is going on there. We're going to cover that too. So that's up on the calendar for tomorrow. Let me get my screen situated and we're going to go right into this. Here we go. Make sure you can see it okay, and you can. So before we pop into this, I just want to give a little background on my paranormal history. I ran my own paranormal group when I lived in Michigan. It was called Haunted Hillsdale. It was because I lived in Hillsdale County, Michigan, and we investigated paranormal things in and around that area. But I also branched off. I started doing some conferences. I went over to Canada and guest lectured at a conference there, and I did some in the Detroit area. I would give lectures at the Detroit Public Library, stuff like that. I was always invited. This wasn't anything that I just went and did. I was always invited. But my the way I look at investigating haunted paranormal activity is debunk. First, you need to debunk. You need to figure out, is there any way that anything is causing this? Is it by a electrical outlet? Is that why you're getting like weird activity? Or is the electricity okay in the house? Is there a vent nearby? Is that why the door is blowing? Just like stuff like that. Just try to debunk it. And then once you can't debunk it, then you got to look at what it is. So personally, I don't think the house is haunted. I have done I think 2 other videos on the house, but we're going to go through it step by step. The first thing we're going to do is watch this. First video is going to set us up for all of the, well, not all of it, but most of the activity. And we're going to watch that. And then we're going to go piece by piece and debunk or say, yeah, maybe that is something. Okay, this is Parawoman Radio. We're doing the Highly Strange Daze podcast. I'm Amy. Please give this live a thumbs up or a heart. We're coming to you from Facebook, YouTube, and X. Hi, guys. And hi to everybody in the replay.
The strange events at the Watts family home in Colorado might be one of the most reliably documented hauntings of all time, because every piece of paranormal evidence comes directly from footage recorded by policemen on their body cams.
Frederick Police Department, anybody in the house, make yourself known!
Shannon Watts and her daughters, Bella and Cece, lost their lives under absolutely horrible circumstances, all at the hands of husband and father, Chris Watts. In fact, the details of the case are so grim that I'm not going to go into them here. But if you want to read the full story, you can simply Google the Watts family. In this video,
and I guess I'm coming at this like I'm assuming that you know the story, that this is about Chris Watts, who unalived his pregnant wife and 2 daughters. He for sure did Shanann in the house, but we don't know if he did the girls in the house or at the oil field. And yeah. And if you want to know more about the case, I'll put a little something right here in a card or something, and it'll take you to a playlist that has everything Watts in it.
Well, officers from the police canine unit go to the Watts house to investigate the strange disappearance. Obviously, this video was recorded before the tragic fate of Shanann and her children were known. This footage is 100% real. It is documented police video captured by one of the investigators' body camera. So shortly after entering the...
Hey guys, I have a little bird kind of playing around my microphone. Can you tell me in the chat if you can hear it? If you can, I'm going to stop him. But I just wanted to know.
House, they catch some strange video on the stairs. Many viewers believe that this looks like a quick glimpse of a childlike apparition descending the stairs, but it could just be a video glitch. You decide. But then the policewoman begins to catch multiple strange and unusually clear EVPs on her body cam.
So there's your attic access right there. So there's your attic access right there.
But strangest of all, while investigating an upstairs closet, the investigators hear something that actually seems to spook them.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The unexplained voice of a giggling child can be heard, but there's absolutely no explanation for where the sound came from. The canine officer is so spooked she asked the other officer to check it out.
Oh my gosh. What in the world is that? Wow. Go in there and step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came from. Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy. It sort of sounds like it.
Something. I heard it.
Did you hear it?
I did.
Sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't it? Or a kid.
It did.
That was strange, but we'll make a note of that.
I heard it. I definitely heard the same thing you did.
Yeah, and then he just sort of.
But the story gets even stranger. 1 month after the tragic incident, police are called back to the empty house because neighbors report seeing a woman moving around inside the home. Also, someone had turned on the inside garage lights. The police found no one inside, but some viewers believe that they might have caught something else. As a police officer is standing at the top of the stairs, it almost looks as if some small shadow peeks out from behind him, just for a second. So is the Watts house haunted by the spirits of Shanann and her daughters? Or are these simply tricks of the light and random noises? What do you think?
What do you
Anyway,
guys
thanks.
think? Do you think those are random tricks and noises, or do you think there's something to it? Let's start out with looking at, I want to look at the very beginning on the stairs. I couldn't find any other footage of this, so we're going to just pop it back here, and I'm going to mute it, and we're going to look at it while it's happening. Okay, so this was when the canine woman came in. A lot of it is actually when the canine woman was coming in, and she was looking around. Okay, so right here, they think they see a little girl on the stairs right here. Now, you have to remember behind here, it looks like there's a picture, and I think no, it's the gate. There's a gate. So we're looking at there's a gate right here, this white gate right here, and then there's the stairs coming down. And then over here, we've got all this light happening. And there's a mirror. There's a thing called mind matrix, and we want to make sense out of what we're looking at. Our brain is always trying to make sense out of what we're looking at, and that's what's happening right here, I believe. What do you guys think? Moving on, let's talk about the mysterious woman. So there was in September of 2018, the neighbors called the police because there was a mysterious woman in black lurking around the Watts house. Let's go into that.
Up and find something. That's why they left the cabinet door open. And I'll show you here in a little bit that it is his side. Okay, but I'm going to continue. We'll get into clear, and all lights were turned.
On Friday, September 21st at 2018, Officer Kate Lines responded to 2825. Let me make sure. I didn't even check to see. Yeah, you can see it. 2825 Saratoga for a report of suspicious activity. Dispatch advised the following. RP got a text message from unknown person that her deceased daughter back door is opened at her house. This is the home of Shanann Watts. I walked the perimeter of the home. All doors and windows are secure, and there's no sign of forced entry to the home. At approximately 19, how do you say that? I don't know how to say military time, hours. I again responded to the residents to assist Sergeant Manley. After the arrival of more officers, we performed a search of the inside of the home. Received information that the lights that were on inside the home had not been on prior to that evening, and a neighbor had video footage showing an unknown female walking up the front of the house. but not leaving. The house was clear and all the lights were turned off and doors, windows locked when we exited. Let's look at that footage.
Open a connecting door.
I actually have a
Alright,
few of
connecting
those.
door. Closet, I'm coming behind it.
By the way, I actually have a few of those that we're going to watch.
Clear, I'm coming out.
Okay. Did you guys get this closet? Ready?
That's the basement, I think.
No time for
Let's clear the garage. Cookie, where we at? We'll come out to the garage. Brother Police Department, anybody in the garage? Brother Police Department, make yourself known.
There's no way to get in like on the top or anything?
I don't see any access. There's no access points.
Is it sealed off on the top on that side? Yeah, never mind.
Secure. Come back in.
Coming out.
Now. Cross lights are off. Cookie, coming back towards you.
looks disturbed
Looking up.
out. They turned the lights were on, weren't they, in the back of the house? But they had lights that turned on timers
Brother Police Department, anybody in the basement?
like that.
Brother Police Department, make yourself known. Brother Police Department, anybody down here?
No, actually, they're turning on the lights in the house as they go. That will forever be my favorite room right here. This room. I love, one day I'm going to have a purple painted ceiling. I am, because it makes it looks, when you paint your ceiling dark colors, it looks like the ceiling has come off your house. There's like no ending to it. And it's really beautiful, I think. Actually, we'll probably have a black painted ceiling, not purple. So I feel like we never truly see anything here. It's just the police officers shining their lights around. Let's even speed it up to 2. Actually, we're not going to watch it all because there really is nothing that you see. It's just them going around the house and there's nobody in it. So let's move along, shall we? And then the next one I have, and it wasn't mentioned in the beginning, is this one. The little girl in the room. Watch this creepy, and it says, watch this creepy American Murder 2 Lovely Daughter ghost footage. And what we're looking at is Nicole Atkinson's daughter. She was playing in the playroom. So that's what's going on in there. And then let's move on to the closet with the giggle. Hold on, I need to stop something. I've got something playing. There we go. And let me see what I've got up on the screen right now. Okay, the giggle. The giggle. Actually, I want to pop us over to, this is an excellent video. Of course, we won't watch it all, but Geneva did Chris Watts' Ghost Giggle, comparing dolls in the closet to the giggles. So the giggles are dolls, you guys. They're dolls that Shanann had bought for the girls. And they're dolls in the closet.
While since the mistress, Nicole.
Move it up.
So I'm making this video to show you guys where that giggle actually came from.
These are the shoes that she took the scent off of.
Okay. That's you. Well, there's plenty of her finger here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It is proof that coincidences do happen, that just by coincidence, this creepy mistress left this giggling message on Chris's voice message. I mean, it's so appropriate. These two were so appropriate, actually, for each other. But she left this creepy giggle, and then these dolls are giggling in the closet.
Hi. It's me. You guys just call me back. Hi.
What they did in the attic, Texas, do you want to be called Libby or Texas? I don't know. Texas Libby, how about that? What they went into the laundry room and they popped up the top of it, because there wasn't, I don't think there were stairs to get into the attic. It was one of those, I really don't know what they're called, just attic crawl spaces, and usually in a closet. And they just looked in, so they didn't really go into it, but they did pop that up and looked in.
Hi. It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi. Call me back. Bye.
So now you can hear the side-by-side from the closet and the actual giggle coming from the mistress. Now, this is what the officers had put in the discovery, stating that during the conversation, Kessinger called Watts and left a voicemail. Following an eerily disconcerting childlike giggle, she told Watts, "I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi. Call me back. Bye." Look at these dolls I found. They're 3D animations of Annabelle, the movie Annabelle. Have you guys ever seen that? It's one of our favorite scary movies, and I thought it was quite coincidence. And yes, there are. I have seen them. I have downloaded them. I have tested them out. No doubt in the world that those giggles are actually her voice. Now I'll run through what the actual giggle is in the closet. Now, as you see here, I have pointed out in the bag.
And that is like a good point, that the giggle on the voice message was Nicole Kessinger's actual voice. The giggles in the closet were toys.
Dolls inside this bag. You can also tell by the bags itself that these toys were from Toys R Us. And this time frame, I know because I also had a credit card to Toys R Us. But during the summer months of 2018 is when Toys R Us.
A little fact about Toys R Us: I was in a sorority in college, and one of my sisters ended up being the CEO, or was she the CEO or the one below the CEO of Toys R Us? One of the two.
Was shutting their doors for good. So I imagine if Shanann had gotten these dolls around that time, she probably got them on sale. Not really a big deal, but it also makes me wonder, when did Shanann purchase these dolls? Because this is the downstairs office, and the girls would have walked in and seen these dolls. They would.
Oh, I know, Miss Murdaugh. I am like in love with shoes anyway. And so, yeah, I always say shoes make the outfit. They really do.
Not have let these dolls stay inside the packages. They would have wanted to open them, obviously, and play with the toys. So I'm assuming Shanann
The closet is shocking. The closet, but I mean, she was
had that office
traveling
door
and stuff,
locked
but
at
it
all.
was shocking. You could tell there was not something right in Shanann's life, that like that was in her home. Looking at, because even her basement was immaculate.
Time, so the girls couldn't go in there. One, make a
Most
bigger mess.
people's basement become like the junk drawer of the house. Mine did.
Than what it already is in that closet, and two, ruin a good surprise gift, which could have possibly been their Christmas gift, birthday gifts, etc. So here's a better close-up of the bag. You can see the little Toys R Us star right there on the left-hand side. I mentioned this because this is a big comparison between
And then she even
now
shows
this
what
package
the
here is
dolls-
an
what the
actual
dolls look like. So these were the dolls in the closet. And so it wasn't actually the little girls. Let's keep going. Here we go. So yeah, people had been coming to the house and the oil field, and they started doing paranormal investigations. I believe it was when it was vacant. I don't think people are still doing that now that it's been sold to the Millers, but this is all before the Millers moved in. And this woman says, Shanann Watts ghost speaks to me at the Watts, Colorado house. Ghost caught on camera.
Hi, it's Selva, and today we're at Shanann Watts' house. We're going to attempt to make contact with her using my spirit box.
I can't hear it. Hold on.
Oh my god, this makes me want to cry.
Oh, did you? They don't live there?
Oh, this is the ring camera right here.
Interesting.
Shanann Watts' last
It
image
looks
of her
like
mom.
somebody doesn't live there only because they don't have anything up in the upstairs window.
Shanann Watts, are you here with us right now? Shanann, do you have a message for your mom and dad?
The subtitles are in Russian. We have a German listener that I will translate our comments back and forth to each other, and I am working on trying to get our CCs to be German for them. And I just want to know that if you're listening or watching, I want you to know I'm working on that for you.
Do you have a message for Chris Watts?
Oh, interesting.
What is the message? Shanann, are you with Bella and Cece and baby Nico? Shanann, are you in heaven?
Hold on. I've got to try to get my volume a little bit better for me. I can't hear what she's saying, and I don't have my headphones near me
right now.
Music.
It's a ghost box. It has something to do with the radio, and it alternates through, and it lets the ghost choose the words, and that's what she's using right now. I used one in Canada. I have a video up where I used it. They're very interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Do you have anything to say to your mom and dad?
I guess I would have to use it more to decide how I feel about it.
What is the message for your mom and dad?
It grabs certain phrases off the radio, or yeah, off the radio waves.
Shanann, do you have a message for your brother?
So I can't really say either way if Shanann is talking to her on that, if she's saying daddy, or if the kids are saying daddy, or anything like that. Let's move on. As always, we're not watching everything of anything. I put the links down in the description. It's for fair play use. I in no way want anybody to go after anybody that we talk about on this live. It's for entertainment purposes only. It's my opinion. All that stuff. Just be nice to people. That's all I want. Let's make sure that you're seeing this next one. Oh, and don't forget to give this live a thumbs up and lots of hearts.
Videos. This wasn't supposed to be an adventure. It was only supposed to be.
No, I really can't hear this guy. Hold on.
Going to the Watts house to pay my condolences.
Okay, so this guy is going to the Watts house. Is this, I think this, and he uses his camera and is doing thermal imaging.
I am up to date with what was going on with the whole situation, and I wanted to visit the house and drop off a teddy bear that I had purchased. However, I didn't.
They don't want you dropping off anything at the house. This was in the early days of this. Let's move forward. I watched this one video that had me rolling on the floor. It was these two guys, and they were driving this exact route, and the guy was like screaming out the window. I don't know why he did that, but why he screamed, but it, like, because it's in this, channel, his scream just like echoed down the neighborhood, and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Those poor neighbors.
This is a little teddy bear here I wanted to leave for my condolences. Oh, you guys want the Tam Cam too? All right, I'm gonna have to dig for it because it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, and he's got music on behind it. Let me speed this up. We're gonna pop him up to 1.5.
Oh, this is actually gonna be pretty cool. I did not think about the night vision. Yeah, it is really gorgeous. Now, let's use a thermal imaging camera and see what we can see. This should actually be pretty interesting.
So he's using the thermal camera.
Let me put the Tam Cam away for a second. That's the house through the thermal. This thing is awesome. Here, I'll walk towards the side of the place here.
The idea with the thermal imaging is that ghosts either pull energy, cold energy, or dark energy, or warm energy, warm energy, and so they show up in that way with warm spots or cold spots. Usually it's cold spots. For me, I was always told that if it's a warm spot, it's usually a negative entity. I can't confirm or deny that.
I think I'm the only one. Ooh, that was weird.
I don't know if that was me, but I think I saw. You know what's weird? Look at the top window to the right. That one's the only one that it looks like there's something behind it. Right above the small garage door, the right window.
So this is
What is that?
Bella's window that they're talking about, right? Bella was in this room. Cece was in this room. And then this is the Shanann and Chris's room.
Oh, I'm gonna take a picture of that. Now I'm hearing noises. All right, you know what? I'm gonna switch to the night vision to see what's up with that window because that is odd. That is wild.
Is it open? Let me move this around so we can get this in a full screen so we can look at it a little bit better. Hold on a second, you guys.
Yeah, Debbie, thank you so much.
Let me rearrange my screen. See if that's any better.
Use a thermal one more time. Oh, wait, look at the front window there. To the right on the window. Not the window, the one to the door. It looks like a face.
Now, that could be smudges or anything. Let me see. Where is he saying?
Right next to the 3 stickers on the door. On the right.
Okay, so right next to the 3 stickers right here. That looks like a smudges to me. I would have to be in front of the window looking at it and to see if there's smudges and what was going on. But again, I know it's annoying. It's annoying that people are sitting here trying to debunk it. I found it annoying in the beginning, but it's the only true way to do an investigation, in my opinion.
It looks like a face. Right next to the 3 stickers on the door. On the right-hand side.
And it's so pixelated. Our mind is constantly trying to make sense of what we're looking at.
The first time something unexplained happened at this location, there's even been unexplained things that have happened with police body cameras, such as these videos.
Okay. We're not going to watch that. Let's move on. Let me see. I've got 2 more for you. No, I actually got a few more for you. Where am I at with time? Oh, we're good still. Okay, so let's move on to, let's do my video that I did with, I used to do a Victorian haunting experience, and we would go to haunting every Halloween season. I think I did 4 of them, 4 years worth of them. We would go to a location, and Elizabeth Shanover was my psychic that would come and give readings. We did tea leaf readings. She would give individual readings, and she would actually talk about, we would do a seance too. So I had her on the show. I hope I've taken out, I will link this video, but in part of the video, we do talk about unaliving oneself. And so I have it restricted, and I have like things on it so that kids won't get into it. And I also have hotline connected to it and all that stuff. But in this part, we're just talking about the haunting itself and how she feels, if she feels it's haunted or not. There were murders supposedly in the house. We don't know for sure how many murders there were in the house, because the man who supposedly did it is a liar. He just lies. And he's told how many versions of the story? 3? Is it 3 or 2? I don't know.
I think he's told other people, like he's writing 2 different stories even in that. So,
yes.
You know.
He's been writing to people. Well, that's right, because he told the police the police story, and then he told the story where the police went back into the prison story, and then he told Sherilyn Cato in letters that story. So there's 3 stories that I know of.
Yeah.
And so why don't you guys talk about that, like the various stories and how it could possibly, what story? Yeah.
Do do you want us to kind of talk about what story we kind of lean to, or just about how we?
Well, Elizabeth is fresh to the case, pretty fresh. I think she knows the general, like, what happened, but she didn't go and look at the pictures because we talked. She's like, "Is there anything you want me to look at?" And I said no, and she said, "Well, that's good because she likes to go fresh off of this because she's going to be telling her impressions of the home. I mean, I'm sure she can't. Well, anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about. So
I'm excited.
Okay. So how about we talk about what happens when there's a murder in a house? What do you believe happens, Elizabeth?
Murder.
Or can happen?
Boy, this was in my early days.
It's going to get deep. So I hope everybody's ready.
So
I believe that, and what I know, because I've been a medium now for over 30 years, this is all I've ever done since I was 18 years old. And what I've learned over my time in having a human experience is that we definitely are energy first, and we choose this experience, and Earth is sort of like a school. And I think the important thing to remember in this is that, people always want to understand why somebody could do something like that to somebody, why they're murderers, why are there people who kidnap people and harm people. And I really believe it's a matter of like their anatomical nervous system, reaction. I don't necessarily feel like we're born to commit these crimes. I feel like we get overwhelmed and we don't understand frequency, and we don't understand that we're energy first, and we don't understand that we have the ability to be able to manipulate that, and then we go south. And I think that's one of the most important things to remember. And because we're energy first, it kind of helps you understand why people can put energy into the idea that a place is haunted. And I'm not saying that there isn't hauntings and that this doesn't occur, but I'll give you a really good example of that's fresh for people that can help us understand how this occurs, if that's okay. Okay,
absolutely.
I don't want to okay. So think about how COVID started. Okay, so this illness came about, and we all went into the shutdown mode. And the only thing that we had access to in terms of having to navigate this new experience that was new for everyone, because the last time it happened, none of us were born. So all it was broadcasted in a space of fear. And because we come to this planet and we're energy first, for people who are not awakened to who they are or not woke, because that's what the Gen Z likes to call us, is woke. But I'm not a Gen Z, but I follow them. I'm like, I feel you. I got you, booze.
We're Gen X.
We're totally Gen X. But I'm like, y'all are killing the game. Go ahead. But so that's what they like to say. So here we are learning about what it means to ascend, and what it means to have a spiritual awakening, and what it means to understand what your purpose is on this planet. And because so now you have all these people in lockdown and in fear that perpetually haven't had that lesson and understanding that they're energy first. They don't realize that they're reality creators, that we all are. So now they're creating COVID to be this fear mongering thing that still exists because people will mind the complete. Are we allowed to swear?
Yes, you can swear.
They mind the complete fuck out of it. They won't let it go. And so it leads. So if you look at that like from a bigger perspective, or how we're taught to look at things from outside of the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you look at the situation and you look at it outside of the box, and then it kind of goes back to who's perpetuating that fear. Because they want to keep the sleepwalkers sleeping, and the woke people are like, yo, no. But then when we speak out about what that is, then we're crazy. So perpetual thing. And the reason why I use that is because it's incredibly relevant, and it's definitely relatable, but it also helps people understand why there's hauntings. Because a lot of it, if we live in this metaverse and we're in this 4-dimensional hologram, and we are creators, we have the ability to be able to manifest things, in our reality. Why wouldn't we be able to manifest those? Why wouldn't we be able to manifest or connect with psychic energy or energy, because we're energy first, of a tragedy? And this is why people would be like, don't go there, because in 1912, this man went crazy and killed 12 people. And every time you go there, you get a scary feeling, because every person that ever went there, they got a scary feeling, left an imprint. So every sensitive that ever went there thereafter, it's like, did you feel that? Yeah. Or some people may be like, no, or they think they did, and they tricked themselves into it. They feared themselves into that same implication. And so now we have a haunted house.
Well, when I was editing the video for the Watts house, every person that walked up to the house was like, I feel so sad. I feel so sad. Everyone that was like, it's so sad. I just feel so sad.
Then
everybody.
If the situation is what?
Sad. And, leading up to the murder, he was like terrorizing Shanann, and she was so sad. And
Now, I do remember when that case first broke that there was a Facebook post of her. Like, she was Facebook Live. She was in MLM, and she was some product. And I don't, part of me for not remembering exactly what it was, but if you are a person who operates on that level of empathy, there's not a soul on this planet that watched that and did not know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, because you can feel it, because that's what her energy was presenting. And because we're energy first, that's what her SOS signal was, in hopes that somebody somewhere is going to read through this bullshit that I'm spitting and help me. But she couldn't come right out and say, because most people can't. And most people that are in domestic violence situations or with narcissists or in unhealthy relationships, they literally don't know how to get out. So they send perpetual SOSs in hopes that other people can read through it and figure out what it is and help them, because they're afraid. And
well, she was literally saying it.
Okay. So what Elizabeth is saying is that it's residual, more of a residual haunting, not actually the kids itself. The energy that we leave, that we're sending over towards that way, is sad energy or scary, spooky energy. And so it just kind of feels that way. And that's, I believe that as well. So let's pop over here, because not only was the Watts house supposedly displaying paranormal activity, the neighbor in the house that lived with Nate was saying that she was experiencing paranormal activity. Now we're looking at orbs. We're going into orbs. A lot of people feel orbs are just dust or insects flying around. I think that it is mostly insects and dust, but I do think there is something to orbs here and there. So this is from Nate's home, the neighbor's home. The mother moved in. Nate couldn't take it, didn't want to deal with it anymore. And the mother moved in. I did do a live on this. This is my video. It's just much of the same, the orbs floating around. So if you're into orbs, there's that. I don't know. Like I said, orbs are like, are they, aren't they? And then finally, I want to share this with you. Yes, I know a lot of people don't believe in spirit orbs, but I do think there's something to them. I think they're, for the most part, dust particles and insects, but I think here and there, I think that's dust particles in this one, but here and there, I think they are something. And finally, this is something that somebody was mentioning about the house being sold and the new owners try to placate spirits of the dead. We hope to honor you. This was a post that the new owners, the Millers, but I'm hearing from Texas that they are fixing the house up and not necessarily living in the house. And as we can't confirm or deny that, but that's what some people are hearing. And now I heard it. But they said in a post, "We hope to honor you in this home you once called yours and to fill it with smiles as you did." They wrote, "Thank you for making this a peaceful home, peace and love, all we have felt since the moment we first walked through your door because of you. We hope to have you alongside us in this new chapter." So, if anything, the new owners are inviting them to stay if they indeed are living there, which I don't think they are. They might pop in here and there, but I don't think they're connected. They're tied to the house. I think we have put psychic energy onto the house. So yeah, the house does have a certain feeling to it, but I think it's from our sad projection onto the home. And I think that's all I have, you guys. Let me just make sure I showed everything I wanted to. I think I did. I did. And I did it under an hour. Proud of myself. Okay, guys, so that's it. We're going to call it a day. Tomorrow I'll be back with Jay from the Inside Out Network. We're going to be talking about the Weld County Jail and Chris Watts in it. Possible misconduct by the police officers. Some shocking conduct by Chris Watts in the Weld County Jail. And why he never wants to go back to the Weld County Jail. It's going to be a good one, you guys. So if nobody's told you this today, I'm telling you this because I really feel that you've made a difference in my life, and I love you guys, and I'm so, so grateful for you. So if nobody's told you this today, I'm telling you this. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.